Hello guys, how's it going? This week, or more so should I say, last week we revealed the three cores, the red, the green, the red, the black and the blue core, whichever ones you can see on screen now. And we're going to be revealing the last two cores for the set. As far as set 4 is coming along, we are almost there. I have got 2 more pages to, well, one to colour in. And then once this one's coloured in, I can upload the next, so I can digitise the next 12 cards, and then once I've done them, I can start looking at the packaging design and then start looking at releasing the start of set 4. Now, obviously, this year has been a massive challenge, as well as this card game, so it's just going to be really cool to get set 4 out of the way. And on top of that as well, another project as well, which is definitely keeping me most busy. Anyway, this video, the last 2 cores, so there's going to be 5 cores coming out in set 4. We've already seen 3 of them, and we're going to be getting on to the last 2. They are the green and the white core. Save the best till last, so if you watched the last video and you enjoyed them cores, wait till you see some of these. So, on screen, the first card is the green core. Core of Regeneration. It's the very first core ever to use an X variable in its ability box, which means you get to determine the amount you pay to use its ability. Now, obviously I've never done this before, I'm going to have to put it through a bit of a training process, but so far if it works, it will work really well. So, it sits at a mere 6000 HP. It's one of the lowest HP rating cores you can find in the game. I think it's the second lowest you can actually get in the game. However, because of its ability, if this was any higher, I would think that this is a little bit overpowered. So, it generates green, obviously. Whenever a player recovers HP other than this core's ability, charge this core. So we're looking at obviously health gaining cards, which green and white are predominantly well known for doing in the game. And if we look at the orange box, we've got an X cost, so we can choose whatever you want X to be, and it'll say recover 100 times the amount of the number of charges removed from the core as HP. So you can remove 1 core to recover 100 HP. You can recover 5 charges to recover 500 HP, and so on and so on. This card will go really well. I've picked a handful of healing cards, or health regeneration cards, what you can try and combo with this core. Now green, majority of the healing is green and white, like I've just said, so ideally you want to try and create like a green and white deck with this core. So the first one we have is Healing Helix. Now this is a green, a white and one of any colour. At the start of your turn, recover 200 HP to your core, and it's a wonder card. So your wonder card stays in play for the game until your opponent destroys it. Obviously you can only have 1 wonder in play at a time for yourself, but wonders are extremely hard to get rid of. So you play this, you are continuously charging your core. Obviously you can only use your core's ability on your turn, so if your opponent doesn't have a way of getting rid of that wonder, then they really need to start battering the damage against your core to be able to win. As well as Healing Helix, we have also got Rose Meadow, which is a special terrain from set 3. It's a dual terrain, so it creates a red or a green element, and it's got a static ability that says the unit on this terrain loses 100 attacking HP. However, whenever a unit is played on this terrain, recover 100 HP to your core. So not only are you going to get that health gain, but you're going to get the charge for your core as well. Obviously from the second turn onwards, you can remove that unit which is sat on Rose Meadow. You can move it to an adjacent terrain or your core, and then you can play another unit on Rose Meadow to again repeat the process. So again, that's definitely one, especially with it being part green as well, definitely one to keep an eye out for. And then finally we have a weapon card. Now this is going to have to be where you basically have to put white in your deck, but I think it's a really good card to have. Sword in Stone is an uncommon weapon from set 3. You can only play this card onto an empty terrain Only rare human units can occupy this terrain, so it's a relic, not a weapon, sorry. And obviously relics upgrade the terrain card. When the unit on this stack attacks, it gains 200 attack, draw a card, and recover 200 HP to your core. Now this is a beautiful combo because not only are you recovering HP to your core, you are triggering the green core, which obviously you just want to keep doing and doing and doing. And also it boosts plus 200 attack, and it's got a card draw effect in it as well. So you can be looking at basically any rare human units. You know, you could have Rhaenys, Leo, Xanthi, her daughter Ella, who Ella already has a card draw ability. And there's so many humans in the game to choose from. They are mostly based around the colour white as well. So as long as you can combine the white and green elements together, then you will set up this deck really, really nice. Beautiful combos. So then 3 cards again are Healing Helix, Rose Meadow, and Sword in Stone. So moving on to the second core, the second one to be released is, and you might have seen this artwork somewhere else, Core of Annihilation. Okay, so I thought the green one had, actually I forgot how little HP this one had. I was kind of over exaggerating on the green one. This one has 1000 HP less, 5000 HP. So again, if you're playing a half HP game, 2500, you need to be really careful with this. Generates a white element. Whenever an action card destroys a unit, you may charge this core. With 5 charges, destroy all enemy units in play. That will give you a nice wipe of the enemy board, ready for you to swing in with your units as fast as possible. Obviously because you've got this lower HP than what the majority of cores actually have in the game. So, what action cards have we got that can destroy a unit, which also just happens to be white? Well, one from set 3, a new one, Ancient Power. It costs 3 elements of any colour, so this can basically go in any deck. It says deal 300 damage to an enemy unit or core. If you have charged your own core this turn, instead deal 500 damage. So really you want to try and, you're mostly going to be using the 300 damage, but if you've got a lot of card removal in your deck, you can play that first and then Ancient Power. So, you know, if you've got a card removal ability with an action, charge your core with that, and then play Ancient Power, what can deal 500 damage to a core or an enemy unit. As well as Ancient Power, we have got another set 3 special, which is Twin Meteor. Now you're going to have to combo red with the white in this one, but red and white actually go really, really nice and hand in hand in this game. Straight off the bat, destroy any one unit in play. That will trigger that ability instantaneously. And then just for added booster, it says if there was a weapon or relic on that stack, destroy those cards too. So not only does Twin Meteor hit the unit, it hits the relic and the weapon in play too. Obviously that will charge your core, and then obviously it can help you clear the board if needed. Finally, we've got an old set 1 classic, which is Judgment. 4 whites, or 3 whites and blue if you choose. Destroy any one unit on the field. A nice, lovely, simple action card. What can just remove, literally it can just remove any unit in play, despite whatever rarity it is. You can kill the most powerful units in the game off with Judgment. So again, that's a strong card, and it will charge the core of Annihilation as well. Obviously there's no better feeling than getting 5 charges on this, wiping your board, and it's literally, you know, you just parting the Red Sea, and then your units can just go straight in for the swing. Obviously then your opponent needs to try and build up that defense as much as possible, so it should hopefully help you win the game. Anyway, so yeah, that is the last 2 cores for set 4. If you've got any questions, if you think the green one is a little bit too overpowering, or if you think the white one's a little bit more overpowering, if you think any of the other 3 cores from the previous video are better than these, let me know whatever your favourite is. Whether you just like the artwork and the design work, or if you prefer the tacticality with the card, you know, the gameplay of it, do be sure to let me know. It's really interesting. And on top of that, if anybody wants to learn how to play, or if you want to, you know, have a little skirmish or a little mess about online on Untap, then you know, comment down below. There's plenty of people who know how to play the game. We've got a Discord server full of people who want to play the game, or I should say know how to play the game. And obviously I'm always willing to help people learn as well when I get a bit of spare time. Don't get me wrong, it's not exactly the easiest or the fastest game in the world, but once you get the hang of it, it's actually really fun, especially with the dice rolls and the randomness in it. It's really good. But yeah, on top of that, like I said, I'm working on a second project as well, which hopefully we can be releasing and working much more on when set 4 has been ordered and ready to be proofed, and I can start working more on the second project. But at the moment I'm just going to keep a bit of a tight lip on that. I don't want too much being revealed, but there is something, you know, it's going to have elements of what's in the current game, but it's going to be different at the same time. More so, one thing for example is how the sets are going to be released. The sets are not going to be released like how the current map of course is doing. So yeah guys, anyway, I've rambled on long enough. So yeah, just comment down below, let me know what your favourite cards are. Yeah, chat away guys. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. See you later.